My name is David Drake, and my program is called Wiscon, and that's because we're going to sing about the history of Wisconsin today. Now, if I'm going to sing about the history of our state of Wisconsin, I should probably start with the first kind of music that was heard in Wisconsin. Does anybody know what the first music in Wisconsin sounded like? Yeah. Indian music, Native Americans. Right, so if you were walking around here, say, 500 years ago, you might hear music that sounds like this. Wiscon-Sing, Wiscon-Sing. What'd I just say? Wisconsin, yeah. I said Wisconsin, but I said it in the language of the Chippewa and the Menominee and the Ho-Chunk, three of the tribes that were here long before anyone else got here. Well, speaking of other people getting here, picture yourself being a Native American standing on the banks of Green Bay, long time before we had a football team there. Way back in the year 1634. And you know, you might be hanging out on the banks of Green Bay, nice day, going fishing or something, but you see some canoes coming toward you. Well, that's no big deal. The Native Americans had canoes. They invented the canoe. But there was something different about one of the people in those canoes. See, the canoes came up to the shores of Green Bay at a place called Red Banks, and this guy gets out. And he's got this pale white skin. He's got hair all over his face, and he's wearing Chinese clothes, and he blows off two noisy sticks, and he says, "I claim this land for France. Where am I?" And they tell him, Wiscon-Sing, Wiscon-Sing. You're in Wisconsin. He thought he was on his way to China. Really? This was a French explorer by the name of Jean Nicolet. And Nicolet was the very first French explorer that we know of to come to the shores of Wisconsin. Now, he was looking for a thing called the Northwest Passage. That would be a way of getting from the Atlantic Ocean around North America to the Pacific Ocean so you could keep on going to China. Same thing that Lewis and Clark were looking for. And he was coming through the Great Lakes. They didn't know that it didn't connect all the way. So he got here to Wisconsin, and he put on his Chinese clothes to impress the people because he thought he'd gotten to China. Well, I'm sure the Native Americans here were really impressed with his Chinese clothes and his two noisy sticks. But they probably should have been more impressed with the idea that he went and claimed all this land for the King of France. Because now the King of France said he owned all of this land of Wisconsin, and more of these French people started coming here. People we call voyageurs, French fur traders who would paddle their canoes through the rivers and the lakes of Wisconsin, trading with the Native American for fox and beaver and otter fur. And along with the French voyageurs, the fur traders, there came explorers who drew maps of this new land of Wisconsin.